Hey everyone, my name is Riley, and in this video I will be showing you the best server hosting providers for Arma 3 in 2025. Now when it comes to Arma 3, when we are looking for a server host for this, there are specific things and specific requirements that we are looking for that are going to make the best Arma 3 server possible. So I have made a list of requirements in specifically what we are looking for in an Arma 3 server. First of all, we are looking for smooth performance for heavy missions, because Arma 3 missions often include hundreds of AI units. They include real-time scripts and dynamic events. And because of this, there are a few things that we need in order to make the game run smoothly. First of all, we are going to need high single-thread CPU performance, because Arma is a very CPU-intensive game. We also need zero desync in infantry, in vehicle, and in air combat. And we also need a stable tick rate during things like Zeus missions or custom operations and large-scale scenarios. Another thing that is very important is full mod support, because mods are essentially the heart of Arma 3. So the server host that we choose must allow full FTP file access. We also need a custom mod folder structure. We need workshop integration or manual upload ability, and easy configuration for things like modline, keys, and dependencies. We also need mission file support and custom frameworks, because many servers run custom frameworks like Liberation or Anti-Stasi or Warlords or Life and Roleplay frameworks. So for this, we need support for PBO upload and mission rotation. We also need file access to important files and auto restart support and scenario scheduling. High player slot scalability is also very important, because Arma 3 communities run missions anywhere between 6 to over 100 players. So we need slot flexibility without performance drops. We also need reserved slots for staff, for whitelisting, and for roles, and we need the ability to scale up for ops or community growth. And then finally, of course, we need all of this for a good price. We need fantastic server specs. We need all of the things that I mentioned earlier on in these requirements, and we need this all for a good price. We don't want to break the bank for our server. So these are the requirements that I used when putting together my list for the best Arma 3 server hosts. So these are my top 3 recommendations for the best Arma 3 server hosts, and each of these serve a slightly different purpose, and they are going to be better for different people. Now, if you do want to sign up to any of these server hosts at any point throughout this video, you can get the best deals and discounts by using my partner link in the description. So jumping into this, my top overall recommendation for the best server host for Arma 3 is Host Havoc. Host Havoc just have the perfect combination for Arma 3, price of server hardware, of the ability to bump up the player slots all the way to 128, for the ability to mod. It's like the perfect blend of everything that we are looking for. Now, if we go down, we can take a look at what we get access to on Host Havoc. So we can see we have Steam Workshop integration, so that we can download the Steam Workshop mods in one click. Support for all mods and DLC, so we can get access to all of the mods. Full FTP file access, so we can go into the back-end files. We also get 24/7 technical support. We have absolutely awesome hardware, so we have Xeon and Ryzen CPUs. We have NVMe storage, which is the faster version of storage, offsite backups. Absolutely everything about Host Havoc, specifically for Arma 3, is absolutely awesome. So we can go in here, and for the player slots, we can choose how many player slots we would like. We can choose the location that we want access to, and there is a bunch of these. So the way this works is you want to go for the server location that is closest to you, and this is going to give you the best ping. Now, the next option that we have on the list is survival servers, and this is the best for modding. Now, you might be a little bit confused. I just said that Host Havoc is fantastic for modding, which it absolutely is. But with survival servers, this is specifically built for modders. Survival servers specifically focuses on survival games, and then specifically focuses beyond this on modding. This is like the main server provider for modders. So we can see, if we take a look at the features that we need, a lot of these are going to be about modding. So we have instant server setup, full FTP file access, which is absolutely awesome for modding, full database access. We get the latest versions of supported mods, ultra-fast NVMe, so once again this faster SSD, full DDoS protection, change mods easily, custom in-house control panel, install mods and plugins easily. As you can see, a lot of these are about mods. The one downside to survival servers is this is a lot more expensive than Host Havoc, like a lot more expensive. If we take a look right here, just 20 slots on survival servers, it's like $32 per month. Whereas on Host Havoc, 40 slots, so double the amount of slots, is only $20. We can go ahead and turn this up, the amount of slots that we have. So if we want to go for 40 slots on survival servers, we can see this is $50 per month. When we compare this to Host Havoc, this is just $20 per month. So as I said, this is why Host Havoc is like the perfect combination. We have awesome hardware, we have the ability to mod, and this is an absolutely fantastic price, whereas survival servers is a little bit better for modding specifically, but it's going to come at a much higher price. Then the final option that we have on the list is Shockbyte, and this is the best budget option. So what I mean by this is, first of all, it allows us to play with less players. So if we go over here to Host Havoc, the minimum we can play with is 40, right? We can't bring this down any further, and this is $20 per month. Whereas over here on Shockbyte, we can play with 24 players and we save $5 per month by doing this. This is just $15 per month. Now, 64 players, I checked this of course before recording. 64 players is around about the same price. Although we can't go up exactly to 64 players, we can see that if we play with 60 players over here on Host Havoc, this is $30 per month. And over here, 64 players is once again the same price of $30. But if we bump this all the way up to the maximum, the 128 players, over here on Host Havoc, this is $60, whereas this is just $50 on Shockbyte. In terms of the features that we get with Shockbyte, and I should also mention that we can save on all of these by going up in the billing cycle. If we pay this yearly on Host Havoc, we get 12% off. If we pay yearly with survival servers, we get 35% off, and if we pay yearly over here on Shockbyte, we get 25% off. But going into the actual features on Shockbyte, once again, instant server setup, we get full mod support, 99.9% uptime, low latency and low lag, auto updates and backups, 24/7 support, a 72-hour self-serve refund, and DDoS protection. The one downside that I would say to Shockbyte is if we go to add any of these to cart, especially when we are comparing this to Host Havoc, with Shockbyte, we get a lot less server locations. So you can see North America, Europe, Asia, Singapore, India, and Australia. If we go Europe, like if you're in Europe and you play on this European server, you can see we only have one in Europe. Whereas over here on Host Havoc, we have 3 different options in Europe to choose from, and this is going to allow us to get better ping. With Shockbyte, if you go for Europe, the chances are your ping is going to be absolutely fine, but it's just going to be a little bit better on Host Havoc because we can specifically choose a location that is closest to us. The same with North America. As you can see, we only have one option in North America, and North America is a pretty big place, right? But if we go over here on Host Havoc, once again, you can choose the specific server location that is closest to you. So those are my top server recommendations for Arma 3. We have Host Havoc, which is the best overall, survival servers, which is the best for modding, and then Shockbyte, which is the best budget option. Once again, if you do want to pick up any of the server providers that I mentioned in this video, you can get the best deals and discounts by using my partner links in the description. Either way, I hope you found this video valuable. If you did, don't forget to smash that like button and tap that subscribe button. And until next time, take it easy.